Brothers Ian and Nigel Baxter are well-known businessmen in Nottingham, with companies on either side of this footbridge. They're clearly very fond of each other, but when it comes to Brexit, they very much head in opposite directions. Nigel owns RH Commercial Vehicles, a Renault truck dealership and maintenance business with over 100 staff. He's pro-Brexit and spearheaded the local Leave campaign during the 2016 referendum.
My principles basically are in that Britain should be, like any other country, as most countries are in the world, a sovereign state. It should be reliant on its own parliament, its own government, its own laws. And I think that was slipping away from us with the EU. We were in danger of becoming a branch office of a large organisation.
Just metres down the road is Ian's business Baxter Freight. It's a logistics company that specialises in moving goods between the EU and the UK. Ian campaigned against Brexit.
We have a massive trading relationship between the UK and the European Union. It's our biggest trading partner by far. I felt like we used to have our cake and eat it. Now it's harder because we're leaving to see how that's going to be the case.
Father, leaver, other brother, leaver, other brother, leaver, him.
Black sheep.
When the brothers get together, the chat inevitably turns to Brexit. But both are frustrated by the political infighting that followed the referendum and worry the UK will end up with a watered-down version of Brexit with some sort of alignment to the EU without the benefits of membership.
We're not going to be totally free. I think that's the story. We end up being effectively a rule taker with no influence. That is the dangerous position that we find ourselves in today. There is no doubt about it.
Dangerous and predicted by lots of people in the referendum campaign. You know, one in his own modest way was me.
The thing is, Nigel and Ian's story is not an unfamiliar one. Brexit is dividing families right across the country. Often, but not always, it's the older generation that wants out of Europe and the younger that wants to stay in. But the split can also be found in workplaces, among colleagues, and also at parties, among friends.
In the 2016 referendum, the UK was a nation split almost in half, with 52% voting to leave the EU and 48% to remain in it. The divide is still close, but the latest polls now suggest the figures have flipped, with 48% wanting to leave and 52% wanting to stay.
It's legitimate to have different views about this. It's clearly a divisive subject, but what we shouldn't do is allow it to rip apart our country in the meantime.
But as everyday Brits get on with their jobs, Brexit tensions simmer. For every person eagerly awaiting the split from the EU, there's another left feeling they're being dragged into a future they don't want. Sarah Morice, TRT World, Nottingham.